So
I don't know. I just don't think. When I heard this, I'm like, this is a stupid move. I don't understand what he's doing here. I think this. I personally, overall, it's gonna fail and tarnish the Bill Belichick legacy. How are you going to get back into the NFL if you can't get your college program to be successful?
Is there a chance that he just wants a new challenge and he's kind of excited about this? I mean, he has enough money and he has
That's what I was going to say. Why not just stay where you are?
Well, maybe this is a good challenge. Like, he's interested.
Maybe things with him and the missus aren't doing so well, and he figures
he wants to get back on campus.
He can get right back in campus, and he's the big man.
There's plenty of 20-year-olds out there that wouldn't mind some of his money.
It's time!
Welcome to the Probably Wrong Podcast. Tony, Mike, Dave.
Our 100th show.
Really?
100 shows in the bag tonight. We made it. We did it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
And I still remember when we started out, it was just me and you, and it was just like, hey, why don't you come over and let's talk sports?
I remember,
we did a little fitness thing.
I remember the idea. The idea started when I was doing post-game Celtics,
Yep.
And then you were like, why don't we do that? I'm like, yeah, let's go.
Because you and I had talked about, just casually all the time at the gym.
Yeah.
And then it was when you did your post-game and pre-game Celtics, and I was always chiming in and listening to it the next morning. And
yeah. Oh, wow. 100
and here we
shows.
are, 100 shows later.
Yeah. All right.
And Dave's...
Dave came in late.
Yeah,
Dave came in late.
Dave's got a good year.
Yeah.
I don't know how many shows that breaks down to, but...
And then Justin had about 20 shows, and you kicked him off.
he had almost a year run.
Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah, that's right. He was close. He was pissed.
We saw his year coming up, and we were like, we got to pull the ripcord and cut him now.
Oh, man.
Kidding, Justin. It was just a coincidence.
We cut him at 51 weeks. He almost made it.
We had his 1 year anniversary with Dave.
Yes.
Thanks.
Let me just adjust the mics here a little bit. Seeing that now we're getting more and more official.
After 100 episodes, we should be, right?
Yeah, I know.
You would hope.
I remember the light on today, too. Last year, big blunder last week. Yeah.
I mean, I remember the start of just you guys, sitting at Tony's house, and I'd be at boxing with my daughter, sitting in the car. I barely had signal. Like, come on.
Your comments would roll through very delayed.
Yeah. Tony's like, who's this guy?
Yeah, who's this chump?
Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, it's grown. Thank you to everybody who's tuned in, who's watched, who's shared, who's enjoyed the reels, everything. I mean,
please
you've helped us.
Share.
Keep it going. We've grown just in this last year alone exponentially. So,
by we mean click the like button.
Yeah, actually click it.
Yeah.
I appreciate you telling people that you like the show.
Don't just enjoy the show. Hit the like button.
Yes, across all platforms, follow us away.
All right, well that's good.
There's no excuse anymore because we know all ages, everybody can do it because we see what Bill Belichick is doing.
Yeah.
And if he can Instaface and on the line and,
Yeah, he should follow our show.
Yeah, maybe sometime. Maybe, now that he's getting back into the college days, getting back with the youth.
Dating a college girl, coaching college kids. His girlfriend went to Bridgewater State.
Yes, yep. Wasn't she a cheerleader coach or something at one point? Or something with the cheerleading program?
Well, I know she was like Phi Sig Girl of the Year. She was connected to some fraternity, and I think she was a cheerleader. But I don't know if she was a Bridgewater State cheerleader. She might have been a cheerleader for like a semi-pro football team or something. She was something.
The Middleborough Cobras?
Something like that.
Did I just get that right?
It
you did, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Are they still around?
Yes, they are.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. Nice. So that's just crazy, those guys. I mean, they hit and play hard, and they have to get up and go to work the next morning.
Yeah, and as you get older, you don't really recover. Like these NFL guys, they have like their massage therapist, they got their ice baths, they have all like top-notch stuff. These guys go to work.
I couldn't imagine. Like, I know you played pickup hockey here and there.
I play pickleball, so I guess that would be similar.
Yeah, you're right. But imagine if you were playing full contact every night with guys who literally want to kill you.
Yeah. It's insane.
And then you got to be to work at 6 the next morning.
I mean, I was playing with a bunch of old guys and some younger guys, and, I'd wipe out and wouldn't be able to walk for days.
Yeah.
Speaking of old guys, what you just reminded me of, did you see the story of that 26-year-old guy, or 20, might even been 28, in France, who duped the U16 youth hockey team?
I did see that, yeah.
And he played 3 games until one of the kids, Dave, you would know this if you followed the Instagram page and watched our stories.
Oh, he doesn't.
So the kid, innocent play, center of the ice, was receiving a pass, and the dude trucked him. And then just skated away like nothing. And the kid he looked like he was unconscious. Yeah. And that was the clip that got him exposed. Yeah. And the guy's facing jail time. Legitimate jail time, not just for the hit, but because you're an adult playing with minors.
Yeah. That's
I don't know, Diddy.
Yeah. The most famous thing like that was Danny Almonte. Remember him? He was 15 in that Little League World Series.
Yep.
And they gave him the key to the city in New York, and New York went really far, and he was throwing. If he was pitching from a major league distance, this is like a major league batter seeing 98 miles an hour. Yeah, he was 15 years old. Everyone else was 12. And then...
what makes you think, too? Like, Juan Soto, how old is he really?
I think they're better with it now, but back in the day...
Well, did you see the rookie picture of Albert Pujols at 18 years old? The guy looked 27.
Yeah, he was a man.
Yeah. So, but...
That's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be one thing if you actually looked and followed the page and watched it. Tony Walsh watched it. Tony likes everything. Tony shares everything.
It's been a rough few days, all right?
Oh, don't give me that.
It has.
My chair's making a lot lot of noise here. Don't like it.
That's the chair.
It's definitely it's still going.
Tony kept me out way past my bedtime Saturday.
Yeah.
And then you went out way past your bedtime last night too.
I wasn't even out late last night. That's the funny thing.
This guy.
I just punished myself last night, got punished this morning
on a Tuesday night.
The picture will be shared in the YouTube version, but that was him. Look
how happy he looks.
The drinking hand out shopping at the counter.
Where can you drink and shop at the same time?
And rent them.
I did not know this.
You go to a tavern in the square, and they will give you a cup to go.
And you can drink inside. You can drink alcohol in stores.
Well, it was a Red Bull.
Oh, it was a Red Bull. Okay, I thought it was a Red Bull.
It was a Red Bull vodka.
It was. How'd you get the vodka in there?
But it was, like I said, we were sitting at a tavern in the square, and we're cashing out to go do some shopping, and there's a sign right next to the register that says, "Drink while you shop." So my friend was like, "Hey, what's that?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, I can give you drinks in to-go cups." And he was like, "Well, why wouldn't you tell us that before we cashed out?" He's like, "Oh, I don't know, I just kind of forgot." So, well, give us a round for the road.
Absolutely.
So we walked around with the drinks.
Hammered.
He was feeling good. If you saw that picture, you could see that smile. That was a guy that was very happy. Didn't even know what he was purchasing.
Right. Now you're going to wear that woman's underwear?
Didn't you buy your wife or something? Was she telling me a story that you went home and you were like, "Here, I got you this sweatshirt or sweater," and it was like 8 sizes too big?
No. I got...
She was stunned. She's like, picked it up. She's like, "I can't. This is way too big."
I got some shirts from Jim that, I went to give her hers, but I gave her the 2X instead of the large. So she's like, "What am I going to do with this?"
That's the wind.
Yeah, it's nasty out there.
That's if you notice when you pulled up to the house, all the Christmas lights were out.
Yeah.
Every December we get a storm like this, and it screws up everything.
Mm-hmm. Not the show.
No, it almost did. Facebook and Instagram were down today, panicking, And then I was like, how am I going to reach Tony? And I'm like, oh, wait a minute, I actually have his phone number.
Yeah. I'm like, who the hell's texting me? I don't save phone numbers.
That's what I looked at. I go, wow, all this time, we've only just communicated through all social media platform message groups.
Yeah, I don't.
Well, now I have his phone number because of that group text.
Just keep it in the DMs, please. I don't do texting.
Well, I could tell because it was a very late response, and I'm like, oh, does this even?
A lot of times I don't even see them. People are like, I text you. I'm like, dude, I get so many text messages from like Nike and all these like places that I buy shirts from.
All you have to do is respond. Stop.
Yeah, but there might be a sale in the future that I might like, so I'm not going to do that. But I get at least
he likes those texts.
I get about 10 or 15 a day.
Oh, yeah.
From all these different companies.
And then all the spam ones.
Yep.
Hey, do you want to go golfing? Do you want to go lunch? Do you want to do this? And I'm like,
somehow
who
the
are
Democratic
these people?
Party got,
Yeah.
like, I got, are you voting for this Democrat? And I'm like, how did politics get into my DMs?
You know what I always respond to those with? I take, the picture of the large guy sitting on the side of the bed with his hog hanging
schlong?
out. Yeah, I always
You
just
respond with that?
respond with that picture.
I don't have that picture.
It's a very easy Google search.
Okay, all right.
Screen save, and
Just look up schlong.
Yeah, and I always respond with that picture.
Okay, all right. And what do they say?
I've only gotten 2 responses back. Yep. So, and then I immediately deleted them because I did not like what I opened.
All right.
I said, this went sideways.
Yes.
Wasn't expecting
Yeah.
a telemarketer to send that picture back.
Yeah, I got something even better.
No,
I got something for you.
It wasn't something, no. Some people might think it was better. I personally was like, I opened up the phone, I was like, whoa, that's what it's like receiving one of those.
That was a sarcastic getting. So you got something.
Now
better.
I feel like a woman with an unsolicited dick pic.
Yeah, jeez. There's a lot going on here.
Actually, when I opened it, I dropped the phone. I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So, I think I would have learned my lesson, but I still send them out.
Yeah. All right, so we're going Bill Belichick.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have any Pats to talk this week, so.
But we have a lot of Red Sox.
Yeah. So, I can't tell with Bill Belichick which way it's going, but to me, I think this is going to be an utter disaster. You got a guy who didn't know how to... What was the big knock on him here? He couldn't communicate with young people?
Yeah, then he started dating a 20-year-old.
He didn't want to pay players, right? He always... Why am I going to pay this guy? I can find this guy.
Yeah.
You know?
But at UNC, he's not going to have to pay... Like, he's not paying high-end talent.
Dave, why do you think UNC sucks? Because
they don't pay. Right. So he's not going to have to pay anyone because they don't pay.
If they want talent, they're going to have to pay.
Yeah.
And Bill Belichick's going to be like, why am I going to pay this guy? I can find this guy here in central Arkansas.
Yeah. I don't understand it, to be honest with you. I thought he was going to hold out and get one of these NFL coaching jobs next year because if he gets on with the right team, he's a season and a half away from breaking that wins record. But he's also right there to break the losses record too, isn't he? Or did he already do that?
No, he already broke the losses record.
Okay. So he'll have his name in all the records.
I just don't see. I don't see him putting together a winning program. The name doesn't carry weight with kids. These kids were, when Bill Belichick was last winning, when he won his last Super Bowl, these kids were like 10, 11 years old. Mm-hmm. They don't know who Bill Belichick is. All they know is what their dad tells them. And what 17 and 18-year-old guy girl listens to the parents where they're making a college decision, so it's not going to hold the weight.
I think it might. I think he's going to be able to get a lot of transfers. He's been doing the work with Eli and Peyton Manning, and I think that kind of...
We get rumors.
Okay, I think that kind of put him out there. I think he's going to grab... Remember Jalen Hurts was sitting behind Tua, and he had to transfer to Oklahoma?
Yeah, but he transferred to a big school.
Right, but I think he's going to be able to get those types of guys that want to play at the next level, knowing that he has 6 championships or 8 championships, whatever.
Tony, these guys are only in it for the money now. Why do you think all his buddies left college?
Yeah.
Why do you think these guys... they don't care anymore.
Yeah, I think he's going to be able to attract talent.
Very far few. He's not Deion Sanders. And Deion Sanders wouldn't have been able to attract the talent if he didn't have 3 family members in that program that are elite talent.
I think he's going to surprise you. I think you're going to have some football guys go.
I could see... All right, let me be rational about this and not just my hatred of him. I could see his first season, him having a little success. But I think the novelty of him wears off very quickly, and the success doesn't last.
I don't think he has a second season. I think he has a first season, and then he's coaching in the NFL.
Melissa here chimes in. Rumors are that he's setting up his son to take over at UNC.
Yeah, that's what they're
saying.
Yeah,
but isn't his son, which son? Is it the son that's here, or is it the son that's in Washington?
Washington, I think.
trying to get him back on the East Coast.
Why do you need to set up your son? Let your son stand on his own two legs. He went out and got a job at Washington. If he was successful and good enough at it, he should be able to land his own job at UNC. It's not a powerhouse college school.
This is America, Mike.
Oh, thanks.
Mike, this is America.
This is what we do.
Yes.
We set up our children.
Hook your people up.
I mean, what's your plan for your son?
Yeah, but
Pipe fitters?
all of them. My daughters, we're all pipe fitters,
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just don't think. When I heard this, I'm like, this is a stupid move. I don't understand what he's doing here. I think this. I personally, overall, it's gonna fail and tarnish the Bill Belichick legacy. How are you going to get back into the NFL if you can't get your college program to be successful?
Is there a chance that he just wants a new challenge and he's kind of excited about this? I mean, he has enough money and he has
That's what I was gonna say. Why not just stay where you are?
Well, maybe this is a good challenge. Like, he's interested.
Maybe things with him and the missus aren't doing so well, and he figures
he wants to get back on
campus. He can get right back in campus, and he's the big man.
There's plenty of 20-year-olds out there that wouldn't mind some of his money.
Yeah, that could be it.
Yeah.
Oh, dirty old man.
Yeah, it's kind of creepy, but whatever. But maybe he just sees it as a challenge, and he's intrigued by it. And maybe he just misses coaching, and this is his way to get back in.
I just can't believe that this guy can't get an NFL coach, can't get an NFL gig. I can't believe, like, the owner of the Jaguars said they didn't want anything to do with him. The Bears didn't want anything to do with him. And this is already looking ahead to next year. It drives me crazy. Like, again, as much as, like, go ahead, Dave.
The money is a huge factor, too, because he's looking... Or at least most NFL teams are thinking he wants to be paid like he was in New England, which he can't. There's no way he's getting paid that in North Carolina. But
you never know. Some of these coaches, I think Melissa said, or was it Jay Fields? Do coaches get paid? These coaches get paid.
Some of them, yeah,
big bucks now.
Harbaugh was making a ton of money.
Yeah, how about what's his name? Lincoln Riley.
Yes,
he got paid big bucks. What was the other guy that Lane Kiffin got paid big bucks? If those guys are getting the money that they're commanding, Bill Belichick is definitely making his $25+ million. But the thing is, you're going to be able to find out because this is all public knowledge being in the coaching, the NCAA world.
Yeah.
So it's not going to take long to hear what the numbers are.
I wonder if the coaches, the owners in the NFL are like, dude, I'm not dealing with this pain in the ass. He's only going to be able to coach for about 2 years. If I had him for 10 years and he could bring a championship, I would deal with him, but he's going to be here for 2 years. He's going to be a pain in my ass. I don't want to deal with him. So I'm assuming that's what some owners are thinking.
Yeah. But I don't know. Bill Belichick with that Jaguars job.
Jaguars.
I know. I have trouble speaking.
There's no wires.
We have a lot of people now that tune in, and they all agree that I can't speak.
Okay.
There's a handful of teams that have talent and are just not performing this year that need a good head coach.
A good kick in the ass.
And I feel like Dallas probably should have been calling him after like week 4.
They should have been calling him after last season.
But I think Jerry Jones is too cheap to fire McCarthy, still have to pay him, and then pay Bill Belichick.
He already said they're not getting rid of McCarthy. McCarthy will be back next year.
Good for them, and they can miss the playoffs again.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny watching them lose every week. I enjoy it thoroughly. I never was a Dak Prescott fan, and I just don't. It's Dallas. I can't root for the Cowboys.
Ethan brings up a great point. Is it greed, or do you guys just think that they can't stop as an addiction? I agree. I think you made the point a little while ago that maybe he missed it and he wanted to get back into it. That's all he knows. This guy has been a coach for.
He's been studying the majority since he was a kid.
3/4, if not more, of his life.
Right, his father was a coach. Yeah. It's been football since he was probably 3 years old.
And think about how unstimulated his brain is right now.
Oh yeah, speaking with the Manning, you can see it in the Manning cast.
Oh, he's got, and I talk about our buddy Charlie all the time because Charlie does very well and he just keeps going. And I'm like, dude, you need to keep that brain stimulated. That's why you keep going. He doesn't need to work the way he does.
It makes the day go by too.
Yeah, and people just like the challenge. And, So if that's what he wants to do, I don't know. I'm not going to watch I don't watch college football. This isn't really going to change it.
Not at all. They're not an interesting team to watch.
No.
I didn't even watch it when Drake May was there. We actually, well, I don't know if you did, but I know myself and I think Dave and Elwood looked at his clips because, we all thought this was going to be the guy to come here.
Yeah. The only college that I've watched in the last couple of years has been with Colorado just because of Deion Sanders.
Yep.
But even that's kind of come to an end, right? We don't really.
No,
watch
they're a
right, but we don't watch them anymore. We did last season.
Yeah, I like to.
I mean, you're out shopping with Red Bull vodkas. You're not watching Colorado football.
Travis Hunter is quite an interesting player to watch.
Yeah.
But
how many Colorado games have you seen this season, Dave?
Like bits and pieces of probably 2 or 3.
You've seen less than.
So my point
than women's basketball. You've
seen more women's basketball.
No. The women's basketball. I've seen like the little clips.
I watch a lot of women's basketball.
Caitlin Clark, can't miss her.
Oh yeah, best.
She's still playing.
She's the best in the world, God. David.
All right, so I want to talk a bunch of NFL, but let's go right to the hot topic right now.
The hot stove, baby.
In these Boston Red Sox, who once again set us up for nothing.
Yeah, fool's gold.
Fool's gold. I mean, we looked and we saw that huge contract that they offered Juan Soto, and yes, I was happy to see that they actually offered $700+ million. We're all like, oh, they have all this money to spend. We're gonna get Max Fried. We're gonna get Corbin Burns. We're gonna trade for Crochet. We're gonna get Hernandez. We're gonna trade for Vlad. No,
nothing.
No, they want Nick Pivetta back.
Yeah. Frustrating.
And we're all happy about this Crochet. Am I saying his last name right?
Garrett Crochet. But really, what drove this deal is the fact that he's cheap. We don't have to pay him. Even with arbitration, because of how little he is, he's only going to command $3 million. How little he's pitched. He's not a little man.
No, he's 6'6".
Yeah, he's a big boy.
But this is the main reason. Yes. Yeah, so it looks nice that they did something, but they really didn't do anything. They traded away. Once I looked at it today to see actually who they traded away, because I thought at first it was just that Kyle Teal. And I'm like, oh, that's not bad. And then I look, we got rid of Montgomery, and we got rid of
first round pick, number 12 overall last season.
So he fell to number 12 because of a knee injury or something like that.
Yeah.
They had him projected in the top 3, and he's a big boy too.
Yeah,
big bat.
So we traded away some talent to get this guy
who pitched 160 innings.
Yeah, he was lights out last year, and if he pitches like he did last year, it's going to be worth it.
Yes,
he's a top of the rotation guy, but you need to package him now with a Corbin Burns. Like, this guy shouldn't be your number 1; he should be your number 2. There's word that they might go out and trade for George Kirby, which I love, out of Seattle.
Yep.
Get Kirby in as your number 1, Crochet number 2, Tanner Houck number 3, Bayo number 4. Now you got something, right? Cutter Crawford, Lucas Giolito as your 5. That's something.
Because now Corbin Burns it's a little too rich for their blood.
I don't like the fact that
how could
they're not spending money. It's great that you made a trade, but spend some of that money.
Fried, they did a Zoom call with Max Fried, and they were about $30 million off at that point. Not even the final, what he signed for. But you didn't even have him in. When I heard them, like, that's what really pissed me off. I go, how do you not? We have top talent. You were just going to send $700 million on a guy, and now you can spend that.
Were they though? Yeah,
we talked about this a few weeks ago. Like, they were going to undercut.
Yeah.
And say we were in it, but we just missed out. We talked about this.
But you put the figure out there.
Yeah.
So now it's like they got this money, they're going to spend it.
Yeah.
And here we are again, not spending it. Sorry, Dave. I just want one more point.
Yep.
Why haven't we locked up Hernandez?
I like him.
If that guy would smash here.
Yeah.
And it's like, yes, we undercut him last year because we didn't want to extend on the years. Now he's up again. You're going to have to overpay. You showed everybody you have the money. Sign this guy.
I'd give him 4 years, $100 million. I think that would get it done. and then he's your right-handed bat after Devers.
Because it's a recipe for success for him here.
Yep.
With how the field is in the porch, like he's going to mash home runs.
Yep.
I just feel like they knew what Soto was going to get, or close to what he was going to get, so they just threw that out there. Like, well, we offered him $700 million and got everyone to bite. Like, oh my God, they're going to spend. And here they are again, not spending.
So the one silver lining in that, and I get it, we want to be pessimistic about this because of it's just in our nature with the Red Sox over the past few years. But that $700 million figure came out before the 760s and 765s. Yeah. It wasn't like, it wasn't like, oh look, we offered this.
Yeah.
And that was floated out before the big money came out.
Right.
Because the initial figure from the Mets was $735.
Yeah.
And then the Yankees came in, and then, your guy said, screw it, pay him.
Yeah. Well, he said before this even started that he would take the best offer and add $50 million to it. So he said if Soto's going for the most money, he's going to be a New York Met. He said that months ago.
And I'm sorry. I know you like the guy. I know he's the guy. We think he's a weirdo. Might be the best hitter in baseball. Not worth that money. I was fine with Ohtani commanding that money because you could look at it and be like, it's two salaries. The guy can pitch and the guy's an unbelievable hitter. I can get behind why he commands that. Tool. Exactly. The guy brings in so much revenue. So I could see that. I could make myself be like, all right, it's worth the money. Soto, I have you guys seen a Juan Soto commercial?
I'm not.
No, I haven't seen any commercial from any player in baseball.
I'm not upset about Soto not signing here at all.
No,
as long as they do something.
I think there's better ways to build your team. I think if you go out and get Corbin Burns and Teoscar Hernandez, that's better than bringing in Juan Soto.
Huge.
But they're not going to do it. And they weren't going to bring in Juan Soto anyways.
No.
And the Soto contract looks bad now, but when Vladimir Guerrero signs for $660 next season, it doesn't look so bad. It looks bad now. 5 years from now, it's going to look like everyone else's.
But how old is Guerrero?
26.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're young. Both of them are young.
I mean, me personally would rather Guerrero here. I think he's more of a personality.
Yeah, more of a personality. And not as big a. Soto's a prick. Yeah. Vladimir Guerrero is very likable.
Yeah.
Which
But Vladimir Guerrero plays first. I think eventually they're going to have to move Devers over to first.
I think they're going to, and they want to get rid of Casas
goes to
before their next
Seattle.
contract because they don't want to pay him.
Well, they tried paying him. He won't sign. He's being a prick.
Well, he wants the big bucks, and the Red Sox don't want to pay him. Yeah. They don't want to give him that. So it's not
same issue that the White Sox were having with Crochet.
Yeah.
So
no, but again, like I just said, because of the innings pitched with Crochet, when they go to arbitration with this guy, I think they said the number today is only about
3.5.
3.5?
Yeah. So what you have is you have a recipe for disaster where he's going to sit out until they give him a contract. But if you trade prospects to get this guy and he doesn't get hurt this year,
you gotta
lock him up. Just sign him.
Especially
give him
with
6 or 7 years.
Especially with the prospects that you just traded.
Yeah. You
like
trade
these
top,
weren't these
two out of your top 5 prospects you traded.
Like I get back with that deal with Sale that it was Devers and Moncada, and it was one or the other. You had a 50-50 shot of which guy was going to hit. This time it was both.
Yeah.
And some other good prospects.
Yeah.
So one of these guys is going to hit.
Right, and you wonder if they could have packaged some of the couple of these guys to Toronto for Vladdy.
Well, I think the Vladdy package would still exist because you have Roman Anthony, you have Casas who can play first, you have Marcel Mayer. I think if you want to get that done, you can still get that done.
Yeah.
And I would love to just sign Corbin Burns. I don't know what that noise is. Sounds like the house is blowing up. I would love to sign Corbin Burns.
We just lost when everything flickered. We lost power for a minute.
We're back. All right. So
that was weird.
I feel like you're 2 players away from being a legit contender. If you sign Corbin Burns and sign Teoscar Hernandez, you're a playoff contender, and then you still have all these prospects where you can still make a move.
Yeah.
You're right there. And I don't want to say you're as good as the Yankees, but 1 or 2 injuries, and you're right there with the Yankees.
Yeah. Well, we keep losing power. That's what it is. The internet went out, so people are struggling here watching us. That's the generator kicking on and off with the power. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, man. This storm.
Yeah, it's been weird, yeah.
I didn't hear a thing you just said because I was concentrating on the lights coming in and out and what's going on.
It made a lot of sense. I wouldn't have let you know.
It's been a struggle today. Today's just been tough.
And what's going on with the internet here? So
last I heard, Cassis going to potentially Seattle, bringing back George Kirby. I love George Kirby. Throws strikes. He's young. He's 25, 26. A good, solid pitcher that you could have start opening day, bump Crochet down to 2, and then you got to go out and get some bats. You still need some right-handed power. They're talking about signing Alex Bregman to play second base.
Well, they're fighting about Alex Bregman.
Yeah, internally, yeah. Cora wants him, Breslow doesn't.
It's Cora and Kennedy want him, right? And Breslow's...
Yeah, well...
You kind of figure Cora and Kennedy would overpower and just be like, no...
Yeah. I don't think Breslow has a lot of power. I think that's why he had to make this trade, because they're not letting him spend money, so he had to do something.
Yeah.
He spent a lot in prospects.
Yeah,
for one guy.
Because they're not letting him spend money. I know what Breslow's thinking. This guy's numbers continuously go down. Yeah. Alex Bregman is a very good pull hitter that hits a lot of pop-ups, and that's what better place to play than Fenway Park if you're a pull hitter that hits a lot of pop-ups. You can play him at second. You can play him at third. If you want to take Devers out of the game for a late-inning replacement, you can shift Bregman over to third base. So he makes a lot of sense. He could be almost like the voice of the team because he's been in front of the camera, for good or for bad, many times. But we don't really have a voice of a team. No. Like, we don't really have one. Who's the leader of this team? It should be Devers. He doesn't speak.
No, you get Duran.
Duran, you don't want him speaking. He might be saying the wrong thing. You don't really have a guy.
No, we don't.
And Crochet's not going to be that guy.
Nope.
So Bregman could take on that role for a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll see. Other than that, I mean, I know we talk about it. We want the Vlad, but I don't. The way things are going right now, Tony, I don't see it happening.
We're not gonna, if we get Bregman, a right-hand power hitting outfielder, and another stud pitcher, Kirby.
Yeah.
Burns. I love Burns. I think we're in a good place.
We'll see.
They're not going to, but we're going to get Pavetta, and we're going to get, I don't know, they're going to re-sign,
bring Rich Hill back.
Rich Hill, yeah.
45-year-old.
Good value. Yeah. Come on.
I mean, we just did it. We just signed a Aroldis Chapman, you know?
Yeah.
He still throws high 90s.
But he doesn't really.
He had the fastest pitch in Major League Baseball
actually,
last
year.
He
did.
105.
105.
All right.
Yeah.
But he's erratic.
Yeah,
he's always been erratic. He's even more erratic now, but you just got to have him on a short leash.
Wild thing. Just got to get him some glasses.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any taming that now with that age. He is what he is.
He's a little bit older.
Well,
yeah. But you could potentially have a good bullpen. You got Liam Hendricks coming back. We'll see how he does. Sounds like you're going to have Whitlock in the bullpen and Chapman. So that's your 7, 8, 9. Whitlock can go 2 innings. I like Whitlock in the bullpen.
We'll see. We got plenty. We're too far with that because things could change.
When the team sucks, this is the best part of the.
I know. When the team sucks, you know what we have to do? NFL Week 14 just passed.
All right.
That's a good segue.
Yep.
And I think the game of the week last week was that Rams-Bills game. Josh Allen, 6 TDs in a losing effort. 3 running, 3 passing. I mean, what an effort.
0 sacks.
Yeah.
0 turnovers.
Yeah.
Both of those teams just went up and down the field.
Yeah. That's the second game that Allen's done because he had that magical game against the Chiefs.
Yep.
And he kind of fell short on both of those.
Yeah.
But I love Josh Allen. I love everything about him.
But what worries me, because I think you and I had the Bills picked, their defense looked very suspect.
So, yeah.
They couldn't guard Puka. I mean, Kupp didn't really command that much. But Matt Stafford, Kyron Williams.
What's going to help them is getting home playoff games.
Yeah,
especially
the cold.
The cold, the snow. But the Super Bowl is still in a dome stadium.
Internet's back.
So, if they get there, it could be a challenge. I mean, they're playing at Detroit this week.
Oh, that's a great game.
That should be a really good game.
Very much looking forward to that game this week.
That's got to be the game of the week.
Yeah.
And that could be an offensive explosion,
Yeah.
Take the over on that one. But, that could be potential preview of the Super Bowl. That's what I would like to see.
Yeah.
But Josh Allen's just having a fantastic year, and it's just like I was saying before, it feels different than past seasons. He's been good. He's been really good. This year it's different, and it's fun to watch. And this weekend could be really fun to watch.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I believe they're on at the same time. Maybe they're 1:00. The Patriots are on at 4:25.
Yeah. I mean, really, Pats Arizona. This should be the game. We should win this game.
Our team sucks.
I know.
We can't put a drive together without having false starts and we just shoot ourselves in the foot.
Drake May, this is a defense that he can pass on. We can win this game. I mean, if the Panthers are finally favored this week, the first time this year to beat Dallas, I think the Pats are a better team than the Panthers.
I don't know if we are.
No, you don't think so?
I don't know if we are
penalties.
I mean, I'm a guy. Okay,
left and right.
All right, you're right. That part, I can't argue with. I'm just thinking talent-wise, I don't see. And you know me, you guys listen every week. I'm not really a huge Patriots supporter, but I think we're better than the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, we might be.
I feel like
yes.
I feel like if they played each other, it would be. I don't know.
Worst games
I feel
ever.
I think the Panthers would end up winning.
But it's really the penalties. I mean, when you come to watch these games, we're in the red zone. How much and we get tossed back.
Holding.
We can't make the kicks, and it's the penalties.
Yeah.
If we could make some kicks and stop getting these holding and illegal man upfield.
Defensively, we're not really stopping anybody right now.
No.
So our defense has been terrible.
And you're going to get Kyler Murray, and they're at home, right? It's in Arizona.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray, Harrison Jr. I mean, that offense, when that offense is clicking, they put up points. The problem is they're another team that's very inconsistent. I think they lost to Seattle last week, which they should have won.
That was actually a great game. I watched a lot of that game. I kept getting stuck on it because I was on Red Zone. I was like, wow, this is...
But
you take away the fact that I was watching Zona in Seattle. I'm like, this was actually an entertaining game.
But Arizona was... I mean, they're supposed to be better than
They're
Seattle.
Another team that doesn't have a great defense.
Yeah.
And it's just the same. It's a 5'7" quarterback. You can't win with a 5'7" quarterback.
No. And I can't believe they thought they were going to.
Yeah.
And he doesn't study film. It's not like he's working to make himself better. He is a freak athlete.
Yeah, freak athlete, and they paid him a ton of money.
And he's done.
But
playing video games.
When he throws that ball, though, like you got to admit, some of these passes look absolutely beautiful that he makes.
Oh, he's a freak athlete.
It's just like when you see him scramble around this week and then just stop on a dime and just fire that ball, just like, wow.
It's great. But when you sign a guy that you know doesn't study film and doesn't do the things off the field that you need him to do, it's like, why give that guy big money?
I wonder how much of that is real, though. I wonder, come on. He's his fourth year in the league right now?
I have no idea.
How much do we really believe that? It was a good story to pile on and have fun with it and beat up on Kyler Murray, but the guy has to watch film. He couldn't be the quarterback that he is right now, just relying on his athleticism.
Maybe he's that good of an athlete.
Yeah.
Because I think Brady was great because he went above and beyond every...
I just think you eventually mature in the league.
Oh, yeah, because I think you're thinking like a normal human. I mean, I don't think you do.
I don't know.
He studies the Madden NFL 2025.
Yeah, you would think as a normal guy, you're making this money. Aren't you embarrassed to just be mediocre?
Yeah.
But that's how we think. I don't think that's how these athletes think.
Oh.
I mean, you see so many guys that come out of nowhere on their contract year and make themselves millions of dollars and then they disappear again. Pablo Sandoval shows up to spring training about 80 pounds overweight. Mm-hmm. We see it time and time again. A lot of these athletes, it's just a job.
Yeah.
They get paid and they could care less.
Yep, looking for the biggest paycheck they can get, and then
they're done.
Don't give a shit after that. A lot of that happens.
Yeah.
Sucks that it's like that, but I mean, it was Jamarcus Russell that took home.
Yeah, but that was bad.
Right.
Yeah.
Took home a playbook, right? Well, they gave him DVDs to watch.
Yeah.
Blanks. There was nothing on them.
Yeah. And
then
how were those videos? Oh, yeah.
Got it all. Got it all, coach. Like,
Yeah.
didn't even put the
Jackass.
effort into put it
Didn't
on
even-
while he was
yeah.
eating food or something.
Yeah, put it on to see, oh, these guys are messing with me.
Yeah.
You know, like, you dumbass.
Yeah.
That was awful.
And that was a number one pick
Number one overall, yep.
That had life by the balls and could give two shits.
And that's why it baffles me when they go into these drafts with the number one, this is the number one pick, and they're wrong so often, especially with quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Jameis Winston was a, surefire. Bryce Young, surefire. First overall pick. For what?
Yeah, he might have something to say about that in a few years.
Speaking of quarterbacks, did you guys catch the Brett Favre?
I did,
Mark
yeah.
Gastineau.
Mark Gastineau?
Yeah.
Get over it. Oh, my God. Are you kidding me?
Gastineau looked in rough shape.
I heard he's not doing well mentally.
Yeah.
I heard he's
you can
struggling.
kind of see in that scene.
But, I mean, you're still hanging on to that.
Some of these guys, though, that's all he had.
That's it.
I know, but
exactly.
I mean, like Favre said when he came out afterwards, like, I hope that this, brings some credit to what Gastineau did in his career, because, he's not really talked about. Strahan is all over the place.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, Strahan can talk.
Yeah, and he's
Strahan
very likable, and he's
can
got
articulate
good charisma,
sentences.
But I
He's
mean,
unlike all of us.
charisma.
Like some of these guys, these records, it's like their whole world. And it's, it's great that you did what you did in your time. That was fantastic. You were an amazing player, and you put up these numbers. And yeah, was it a cheap sack to lose that record? It was, but who gives a shit?
Yeah.
I mean, if I was him, I would give a shit.
And Gastineau, let's be honest, if they drug tested you, you would have failed. Like, you're so sauced up on juice that, come on, that wasn't real either.
How do you think Favre did handle in that situation, though?
What are you going to do? Sometimes you just got to, take the high road and
That's
just
what
let
I thought.
it go.
I mean, I think Favre's a prick. And
Yeah, but
I thought
he did the right
that
thing.
he handled that pretty well.
Especially when you see Gastineau, it looks like he's struggling mentally. You don't need to talk back.
It's like, you hurt me.
Yeah.
That wasn't my intention.
No, I think he said, I think you can hurt me.
Yeah. I think he was trying to bring light to it, and Gastineau wasn't having it.
And I think, I don't know if that's his promoter or what.
Yeah, it was.
Quickly, Brett, we got some other stuff we got to get to here.
Sidetrack this guy.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Let's confuse this guy. Luckily for us, he's clueless right now.
Quick, there's another guy in a Favre jersey.
In the game of life, when you have just take the high road. I mean, especially as you're older, what's the point?
I get it, because Favre isn't always the guy who takes the high road.
No, I know, but that was a smart move.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been keeping track of my records welding, and I don't think anyone can break my records.
Yeah.
I'm going to be very upset when someone does.
On that note,
Yes.
the Boston Celtics.
Yes.
They're still playing?
Well, they're not paying for a while because they're not in this NBA Cup.
Yeah, Thursday night.
Yeah, why not?
Well, Friday night's the next game they play.
Is it Friday?
Yeah.
Why not? Oh, they blew it against some crap teams at
63 pointers. I am sorry. I mean, we just barely beat the Bucks, but we could have hammered the Bucks. We are taking too many 3-pointers.
This is what they do.
I know, but
it drives you insane.
It's insane, and I'm debating with people because some guys are so bought into the system. I go, Jrue Holiday took 17 3-pointers. If he drove to the hole 3 times or passed it to a cutting player, we win that game. Just 3 times.
Yeah.
He could have taken 15 threes. Well, the math is wrong. He could have taken 14 threes if he just drove 3 times.
Right.
And there's a feel to it. If you're 0 for 10 or 1 for 10, 1 for 12 to start the game, you guys are not shooting well. Stop throwing up your bricks.
Yeah, and that was the Memphis game, right? Was that Memphis?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, they shot pretty bad against the Bucks, and they squeaked that out because the Bucks aren't that good.
Right. Mm-hmm. And Memphis, that was their 5th game in 7 nights. I wonder if that's why they missed a lot of threes. I think their philosophy is if we take 60 threes, more often than not, we're going to shoot them at 38%, and no team can play with us.
But the math, so they were breaking down the math, and I think it's after you hit 25 threes or 26 threes, the math is no longer in your favor. Or shoot 50. They were talking about this the other day. Once you reach a certain threshold, the math is no longer in your favor. So I don't understand.
I wonder if
why
that's
we're
going to
not
change in a few years. I wonder if they haven't had enough games where people have hit 20 or teams have hit 25 threes or taken 50 threes. I wonder if there's more data 3-4 years from now if that changes. When the Celtics shoot, they can't be beat.
No.
And maybe they had tired legs because they played 5 games in 7 nights. I'm with you guys. There's an open lane. Just take it to the hoop. Take the 2.
And Memphis beat us not only because we shot ourselves out of it, but because they just controlled the paint.
Yeah.
Milwaukee controlled the paint. We almost blew that game. We are getting dominated on the inside.
Right. Well, Milwaukee will always control the paint again. They're just way too big. But Celtics play a finesse game, and they play around the perimeter, and that's what that's what won it for them last year.
I just gotta hope that this is just them going, it's regular season. We're just going to shoot the lights out. We're going to skate through the regular season. But in a 7-game series, we're going to do what we did last year. And when it's not working, we're going to change.
Yeah.
I just got to hope that's it. Yeah. I got to, because watching what we've done.
Yeah, it's got to be the plan.
Well, the problem is it might be the plan, but you're so accustomed to doing that. Can you switch it off like that? I
don't know. I mean,
they're talented enough to, but do you?
I mean, last season we're so far removed from last season that it's tough to remember these games. And I seem to think that there were games that I kind of, if I go back in the archives, we were applauding them going, wow, they only shot 26, 27 threes in the playoffs in certain games.
Yeah.
And they won.
Right,
so
right.
I'm hoping that that's when Missoula actually coaches. Because right now, I
feel like they were a better team last year at this point. I don't know what their record is compared to last year, but I
think they're 19-5 now.
I just feel like they were a better. I don't know. They don't feel so dominant this year.
Well, they also had Porzingis last year to start the season.
Yeah,
Porzingis opens. That's like the cheat code for all those players. He just opens everything up. But I feel like Pritchard's better. House is the same. I feel like Tatum and Brown keep getting better. I don't know. I just think they're the favorite by far.
Yeah, definitely. And that's, I mean, we criticize these regular season games, and they're not that important. It's the NBA. You got 82 games.
Yeah.
And that frustrates me.
I know. They're important if you're a 50-win team.
Yeah.
Because you got to get that 4th seed over the 5th seed. You got to get that first home playoff round. But with them, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, they have had now a nice 6-day break before they kick in on Friday. So I don't know what to expect. But one thing that before we switch into the highly anticipated Coach's Corner,
all right,
is
you have your suit?
Yes, he does.
You do it.
Jimmy Butler wants out of Miami. He's doing it. I think doing it the right way, not being boisterous about get me the hell out of here, kind of keeping it internal and letting Miami dictate how this comes out. But he's given his list of teams, and there's like the Houston Rockets, Golden State, teams like that, and it seems like Golden State is the favorite to land him.
Oh, that's tough.
I mean, every team is a West Coast team, so I'm fine with it because you're only going to see, if at all, Jimmy Butler once in the playoffs. But
it might cost you.
Yeah, if he gets to Golden State,
what will they have to give up?
Don't know yet, but I don't think they're gonna. I think the value on Jimmy Butler because of his injury and his age has gone down.
Yeah,
because all you're really trading for is playoff Butler.
They'll get him for like a first round pick, which for Golden State you're talking in the late, high 20s. It's not going to be much.
Yeah, that could be a problem.
Yeah.
But we don't know if Butler would be there come finals time, even if they do make it.
Correct.
Because he gets banged up quite a bit.
He does, but if he goes to a team like Golden State, he doesn't have to play as much. They can rest him.
Yeah.
But that's something to watch. And the other hot news that came out right before the show, I forget who reported it, but it's on the Celtics. It's on our Instagram story, is that Ben Simmons is looking to be... He's not looking to me. The Nets are looking to buy him out or possibly trade him, and he's going to be bought out. And the Celtics are favorite to acquire Simmons.
Ooh.
I love it because he doesn't have to shoot here.
He would be a penetrating big wing.
Rebounding.
And then he could play the small 5.
Rebounding.
Yeah. And he can dribble. He can pass. He can take the ball out of Jalen's hands at time and Tatum's. And he could be that, we've always been talking about, they need that third wing.
Yep.
He's like a big wing 4.
He doesn't turn, I get it, the Ben Simmons hate is real, but the one thing about Ben Simmons is he doesn't turn the ball over.
No, he's a great dribbler. He's a great playmaker.
Very good
rebounder,
playmaker.
Great athlete.
And he's an excellent rebounder. Like, he excels rebounding the ball. He was a double-double machine.
Yeah.
When he first was a rookie, he was nailing triple-doubles, not point-wise.
Yeah.
Everyone forgets that because it was so long ago. I just think that he fits perfectly as it's just all the dirty things that this team is lacking right now.
That would be nice.
You know, because we turn the ball over like crazy. We can't rebound.
Yep.
What's his issue? He's a mental midget, or
He's very weak mentally.
Yeah.
so maybe
weak.
this is a great situation with, Tatum, Brown.
Yeah. And he's not going to be expected to score.
Right.
He was a better scorer in college than he is now. It's kind of like remember Chuck Knobloch all of a sudden couldn't throw to first base?
I remember that. Yeah.
And this is similar. Like, he can't hit a layup.
It's awful.
All he can do is dunk. But
Yeah.
he'll be in a situation where he's not going to be counted on to do much
Yeah,
outside of what he is great at. And then hopefully he gets his...
The expectation's very low for him.
Yep.
So
And that's what we like. We like guys with high upside with low expectations.
yeah.
And his upside is an NBA All-Star.
Yeah.
The talent's there.
Yeah, and he's been an All-Star, I believe,
Yep.
before, right?
Yeah.
Huh. Oh, I love that.
Be interesting.
All right.
All right.
Are you ready, David?
No, but I'm trying. Getting too old for this. I need more room over here.
And now, the Culture's Corner with David DeShulo.
All right, here we go. Got the jacket on. I wore my my Hug T-shirt tonight. Swayman and what's that other guy's name that week?
Omak? Yeah. The guy who's having a pretty good year?
Okay, he's not. It's not great, but we played a real team last night. Joe Sacco got his first taste of a real team, and
it did not go well.
No, all the talk for the last few weeks about the talent on this team, and I'm pretty sure I was right. There isn't much. They've been beating the bad teams.
Yep.
The Chicagos, the Philadelphias, the Columbuses. And they play Winnipeg, who's one of the juggernauts this season, and just absolutely demolished.
So, one thing I could say about the game last night. Yes, it was bad. We got destroyed out there. I mean, it was 8-1. There's nothing good that you can take out of this game. But they looked better playing last night than they did against, the win in Utah. The win in Utah, that was some of the worst hockey I've ever seen. I think last night, as bad as it was, it wasn't as bad as those games. It wasn't as bad.
No, the hockey
we just got overmatched and overplayed.
But yes, they're way overmatched.
Yeah.
And the problem when they were playing Utah and teams like that, they're so bad talent-wise that they're comparable to us talent-wise. And when you get two bad teams on the ice together, it's a recipe for bad hockey.
Yeah.
And you play up to your opponent or down to your opponent. In this case, I mean, they were trying. They're playing Winnipeg. Winnipeg's loaded. They got players on offense, players on defense, and they got one of the best goaltenders in the world.
Yep.
And there's just nothing you can do against a team like that. They're not going to play well against Florida. They're going to try hard, but you're not going to beat Florida. And there's a few other, high-end teams like that. And then there's the Bruins, who have very little offensive talent and nothing in the form of prospects, really, other than Patra. And he's rotting in Providence, scoring a couple points a game.
Looking great in Providence.
Yes. And we'll leave him there because he's going to learn more there than playing in the NHL. Still don't understand this whole thing with this organization, but
so we play the Kraken tomorrow night.
Yeah, not a great team.
And we play the Canucks. I mean, these teams are all jumbled together point-wise until next week when we play the Oilers. I mean, how do we respond after that thumping? How would...
Well, and that's the thing. Like, what are you going to come out and do the next game?
Yeah.
You should have a better game against the Kraken. The Kraken are a middle-of-the-pack team.
Yeah.
But it's just not good. They're not good.
Awful hockey.
So there's not a whole lot to talk about with them.
That's all right.
It's not fun to watch.
That's all right. It's all right. We can keep it moving because we have a new segment.
Yeah, I'm back.
Ooh, what do we got?
Oh, this is going to be great.
We
You don't know about this, Dave.
You know,
I don't. This is oof.
I mean, he does if he paid attention to a lot of the
so he
stuff
doesn't.
we send
He
out.
has no idea.
But
Well,
Now time for the dirt with the Probably Wrong crew.
the dirt.
oh boy.
Because we haven't talked a lot about these things, but there's a lot of dirt that's been happening, and we wanted to talk. We wanted to talk about it. We wanted to express our either disgust or whatever. But and there's a great graphic to that to you guys that you might not be seeing it live. I don't know if anyone's seeing it live right now. I don't know how much we're actually on, but the YouTube channel, you guys got to see it. Stephon Diggs. Did you hear the stories with Stephon Diggs?
No.
So there's been rumors for a while that I don't know if you guys I think it was last year or 2 years ago when he was in Minnesota, they did I think it was like who do you least want your family to date?
I did see that.
Yeah, everyone was
every
like, not
player, Stephon Diggs.
Not Stephon Diggs. They didn't want anyone.
Yeah, well, they were like, "Who's the player you least want to like meet your family or meet you, whatever it was?" And every single player was Diggs.
Yeah,
So
Diggs.
he's a prick.
Yeah.
And then what was it last year? Valentine's Day, there was the fiasco where he had his hotel and he had two separate. Really wasn't a fiasco because it worked out great for him until all the news broke. But he had a woman in one hotel room and a woman in another hotel room, and he did the Valentine's Day night with both of them
How did he pull that off?
at separate times, and he pulled it off until the story broke.
Wow. Why would you even want that?
He's addicted to that life because now, I mean, academics just broke the story that he's involved with 5 different women in the entertainment industry. I mean, he had the thing with now with little, what's her name? All these different female rappers, and then he's all the other male rappers' girlfriends. It's pretty crazy, and yeah, I mean, this guy. I mean, the story broke that women are paying him for his services.
Really? So he's like a prostitute?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. I think it was Cardi B and Offset's marriage that he kind of broke up because she was sleeping with him.
Wow.
And I think it's Little Mommy, a little something.
Little Kim?
No. A very good looking woman. Yes,
I mean,
but
like Tyreek Hill has to have stuff like this going on if he had 5 children this year.
but he doesn't. But Stephon Diggs, I think, is doing it a little smarter and better because he has no children.
That we heard.
It's
And he's
Yeah.
doing it with celebrities, too, right?
Yeah.
Tyreek
Yeah.
Hill's just doing it with...
like Tiger
Like
Woods,
anyone
girls,
that pops
girls
in.
from the
Yeah.
Joppa Grill, girls
Yeah,
from
yeah,
Barrett's.
yeah, yeah.
Nothing wrong with them.
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
saying.
Let's not knock the girls from
No,
Barrett's.
I'm not knocking them at all, but
No, they
I'm
work hard.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying that Stephon Diggs is dating celebrities and stuff like that and pulling this off.
Yeah.
And where Tiger Woods was at the ground round. Remember that?
Yes, I do.
So, hey, everybody's got to get it. I get it.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's just plowing his way through the industry right now.
Yes, he is.
So,
And getting paid for it.
and getting paid for it.
Wow.
You know, what's he out now with his Achilles or
I
his
think an
hamstring?
ACL, right?
Yeah,
Tear his knee or something?
doesn't stop him from out there.
Yeah.
You know? I guess that only stops you on the field, not in the bedroom at all.
Probably not.
So, I don't know. I think that would knock Missionary Man of the Year out of the way. I know if I had a tore hamstring at 44 years old.
Yeah.
How old am I? 44?
Yeah, you're not recovering that quickly.
I'm not recovering that quickly to be
Yeah.
out in the clubs,
Yeah.
you know?
So is that the only dirt? We have more, right?
Yes.
We have Jay-Z.
Jay-Z being... So here's the thing with Jay-Z. So obviously I kind of got rid of his music because there's been a lot of details and rumors and everything coming out about him being involved in like the Diddy acts. So I guess he was just implicated with Diddy and I guess drugging and raping a 13-year-old with another celebrity that was there. So here's the thing, and I actually respect Jay-Z for doing this because not a lot of guys would do this. He basically came on the defense, basically saying, you know, what everybody says first off, like this is heinous, like this is just a bad attempt to get money. I'm suing, I'm doing all this. And then he was like kind of being like, you know, I gotta sit down with my family. I gotta talk to my daughter about this, about what's going on, and we try to shelter her from this world and what things can be. And then he came out and said this. It was this, I'm paraphrasing here, but it was to the fact that this is just a money grab. This is sick that you're going to bring me down with this. And he goes, why don't we do this? Hell with the money. Take me to criminal court. Let's go. If I'm implicated in this, I deserve to be in jail. Like, aren't we in a world where we want to take down child? I have the quote here.
Yes, but there's things that are allowed into civil courts that you can't bring into criminal courts. That's why a lot.
But if you have the video and you have all of these acts, what they're saying, then he was. Hold on, let me get it here because I was like, wow, Jay-Z, like
he's also being coached. I don't think Jay-Z thought this himself. He's being coached up by lawyers.
I think he did because
there's no way his lawyers let him say something without them approving.
I think this is the way he ranted about it. Like he was pretty angry. Like, and I'm like, this is an approach that not many guys take.
His career should be done.
And that's what he was saying. He was like, you can't come back from this. You can't come back from rape in general. Never mind a
13-year-old kid.
Never mind being a child molester, pedophile. You know? But it was pretty. He's not. I'm sorry.
So I did hear something.
But he said my lawyer received a blackmail attempt, called for a demand letter. What he calculated nature of the allegations and public scrutiny would make me want to settle. But he goes, it had the opposite effect. It made me want to expose you for the fraud you are in a very public fashion, so I'll not give you one penny. And this was him kind of spouting off. These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whoever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree? And I'm like, okay, Jay-Z.
Unless there's things that can't be brought to court in a criminal case.
Because it's from like 2000, isn't it?
I don't know if there's statute of limitations on rape. Is there? There shouldn't be.
I don't know.
There isn't on murder. There shouldn't be on rape either. But I don't know if there is.
I don't really know either. But
I don't know. Because it was like 2000, early 2000s, right?
But you look at the other guys, like, we'll just go Diddy, for example. He never said that. He's like, I don't want to go to criminal court. I'm going to criminal court. But he's like, I'll pay you all off.
Yeah. But this isn't the first time. I mean, this is the first time Jay-Z's name officially came up.
Right.
But it has been kind of coming up quite a bit.
A lot of people are linked. So
right.
That's why I wanted to get ahead of it and cut the music out.
Right.
Kind of distance myself. But I just thought this was... I liked it. I liked him being like, let's if this is so true, which is not, then if you have this proof, if you have this video, if you have this other person who's all of a sudden like, it's another famous celebrity, but you can't mention his name, you know, but you're going to mention Diddy because he's in jail.
I think the other famous celebrity is a woman.
But still, you can't mention that name. That doesn't matter.
Yeah. I heard she watched.
It doesn't.
I know. You're an accomplice
to this hellacious act.
Crime. Yeah, you know? I know. So, So let's stay tuned.
Yeah, and see how this unfolds, because it's going to unfold very publicly, especially now where Jay-Z's like, we're going after.
We're fighting. We're not paying.
Yeah.
Which
is still, you know, it just leads me to like maybe this instance he's not guilty of. Maybe. I mean, because I kind of figure you want to hush money this quickly and make this go away.
Oh, I don't think any of this is going away.
No, but I mean, you want to do that.
Yeah,
you want to pay these people off.
But if you pay them off, and then word gets out, then
how many of them do though? How many of them NDAs and pay off?
Yeah. But this is very serious.
Yeah.
You know, the fact that you cheated on your wife and you're paying someone off, it's serious, but it's not this serious. This is big time.
This is, So, I don't know. Hopefully by next week there's a little bit more coming out about this.
I heard that the Diddy list was going to be released sometime in early 2025.
Hopefully.
Oh, wouldn't that be something? Then we won't even talk sports. We're just going to do the dirt.
But I think the only thing with the Diddy list...
Stay tuned for the dirt.
That they better put... You can't just release names that were there. Because you can't just implicate people.
Correct. Like Denzel Washington was there, but he left.
Yeah, and you know
and he shouldn't be on that list.
And I'm just playing devil's advocate. There could have been plenty of orgy parties that didn't
involve kids, yes.
Right? Didn't involve some of these acts.
Yeah,
You got to think, and you can't just release all these names, go, these people were all there. You got to be like, hey...
They were at one of his parties.
Yeah.
You know, this guy just had sex with grown people... This guy had sex with kids.
Right.
This one was forced to be here. This one took a kid home.
Right, kind of weird.
This one took a woman home that didn't want to be taken home. Like you need to put the actual allegations with these people.
Right. But I think the list is a start.
Yeah.
You know, and unfortunately, it's going to ruin people that maybe shouldn't be ruined. But you know, at least if we never got the Epstein list.
No, and I don't think you ever are going to get the Epstein list.
Right. So if we get this one. I think it's probably going to be pretty close.
Yeah.
I think a lot of names would probably be on both.
And Diddy's upset about his conditions in prison.
Well, you're in prison. Like, what do you expect?
Well, he's upset because he can't get his laptop privileges the way he wanted to.
You drugged and raped people.
Yeah.
And you want to live the high life?
Yeah.
No. You're going to rot in prison.
No, because you're allowed to use an iPad with your lawyer from 8 to 3:30, and he wants above, and then they listed off all these other people that were in there going, they don't have these privileges, why are we going to give them to you?
Right. Yeah. What do you think, you're Bill Belichick calling the shots?
And he's talking about like Christmas is coming, how he wants like different things, and complaining about the food, yet he's eating like quail, and like this is like the guys that are in here, like they're eating pretty damn good. So...
Huh.
Yeah, his meal is said to consist of baked Cornish hen, macaroni and cheese, cranberry sauce, dinner rolls, and special holiday desserts.
Sounds better than the ground chicken I ate.
He spends his day playing cards, dominoes, soccer, 3-on-3 basketball tournaments.
What are you complaining about?
You know?
Sounds like a good life.
Yep, but he's very, he's afraid in jail. Like, he thinks everybody's spying on him. I go, they probably are.
Probably, yeah.
They
worth
wanna, you know?
$1 billion.
They're waiting for you to implicate the wrong person, and you're going to be dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
that's a great segment. Love it.
I
love it.
Oh, the dirt. But yeah, I want to see.
You better be careful when you go out, Dave. I'll be watching you with a close eye now. Any bad mistake, I'll put you on the dirt.
It's coming on the dirt.
Yeah.
But I think I'm more interested. I mean, the Jay-Z, the Diddy, all those other things. It's just a sick, like, if it all just goes away, I'm fine with it. I mean, I'm not, but I'm like, but what I want to hear, because it's not salacious, like, acts of just awful things. It's the Stephon Diggs saga. I want to see how this plays out, because he's doing nothing wrong. He's just out there being, player.
Yeah. Legally, you're playing within the rules. Right?
I'm waiting for him to cross the wrong guy.
Or the wrong chick.
Yeah.
With a big mouth.
Yep.
Whew.
And it's funny because they went into, so the academics thing went on. He's like, he's like these rappers. I know you probably don't know him, but the guy like Little Baby and, I forget the other rapper's name, but he's like, these guys were out there spending money, spending all this stuff, to get these women. He's like, and then you get Stephon Diggs coming in going, you're paying for my dinner.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, like Stephon Diggs just out there.
He's the alpha male.
Yeah, really. And
these guys that are buying.
And that's what they were talking about.
They're betas,
like the alpha male comes in and just goes right through the music industry, taking all these weak guys.
And eats for free.
Yeah, exactly. You're actually, you don't realize it. You're giving her money.
Yeah.
And she's going out paying for his dinner.
Yeah. There's tater tots.
Stephon Diggs. Hopefully we see you back on the field next year. You know, but
hopefully not. Meantime, just let him live this life. It sounds like he's having a good time. Gives us content.
But it's just funny, all this stuff, and I keep going back to that Minnesota Vikings Instagram reel where not one player wanted their mother, girlfriend, sister, daughter, anything near Stephon Diggs.
That means he's a slimy guy.
Yeah, and you will just
because like if they're saying that he
either that. I mean, maybe he just had that. For lack of a better word, that swagger charm around him that they knew. Like,
out of respect, I would never sleep with either one of your family members or kids, like sisters. You know, like out of respect. Like,
thanks, Tony.
Right? Like, so he could have that swagger, but if he was a good guy, he'd be like, "Nah, you're my buddy's sister.
Yeah,
I'm not going to do that."
No, okay, I get that. You're right.
Right?
You're
so
right.
he's a slime ball.
Yeah,
He's sketchy.
Yeah. That's it. He's
like
hoes before bros.
Oh, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Oh, you're a married woman? All right, that's okay. I don't mind.
Don't matter. Yeah,
Well, he's broken the code.
yeah. The bro code.
Maybe that's why Josh Allen couldn't wait to get rid of him, because he just proposed.
Yeah.
So,
well, he always tends to cause issues in the locker room.
Maybe it's with
this
the
is
women.
Part of it, you know, you sleep with someone's girlfriend, and now there's issues in the clubhouse.
Teammate's girlfriend.
Because him and Josh Allen in the beginning were thick as thieves. You remember that? They were buddies. Maybe he started bringing the girl around, and he was like, "Oh, Stephon."
Or maybe just an offensive line. Oh, who knows? It could be anyone's girlfriend, you know. And then it just kind of messes up the team chemistry. You can't have people like that around.
No.
You can't. No,
gotta get rid of him.
Yeah.
Gotta ship him off.
Absolutely.
Ship him to Houston. Can't get in any trouble down there. Ask James Harden.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, the Bruins sent Sagan to Texas.
To Dallas, yeah, you're right. Yeah. Texas is the
place to go. Yeah.
What's their slogan? No.
Something big in Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Big booty hoes in Texas. I don't think that was a slogan.
No, I don't think so, but sounded good.
Yes.
All right. Well.
On that note,
We out.
All right, check you later.
Bye.